Welcome to battle number 7 of week number 2 of the FnF Victory Road Draft League Season 2. This battle is going to be pitting Emberhoof's team, which is Grande Rapidash, versus Liek's team, which is I Like Corsola. As a reminder, the Mega Pokemon available today are Actually, the Mega Pokemon on Emberhoof's team is not appearing, which is Mega DNC, and then the Mega Pokemon on Liek's team is Scizor. Additionally, we have Z Crystal Pokemon on both teams. We have Tornadus with Z Any and Crocodile with Z Attack on Emberhoof's team. And we have Gyarados with Z Attack and Gothitelle with Z Any on Liek's team. Just gotta fix the window because it seems... Okay, there we go. I think the window's fixed now. Sorry about that. I was a little rushed in doing this. And I do apologize if there's any... sounds in the background. As you know, quarantine can be a little loud because everybody's home. But anyways, let's take a look at these teams and what they've got to offer. So Emberhoof has Lantern, which I think is going to be a really interesting Pokemon in this matchup. It can threaten Gyarados and Corsola really nicely with Volt Switch. It also has access to a lot of nice moves, such as Scald and Ice Beam. So I'm definitely looking at Lantern. It could be bulky and it could hit decently hard when it has super effective moves. Additionally, we have Crocodile, which seems pretty promising if it gets a Moxie up. Could also intimidate Scizor and Gyarados, so that'll be interesting as well. On Liek's side, we have Gothitelle, Tried and True Shadow Trapper, and we also have Corsola coming back for a second round. Let's see what Corsola can do. New additions, Muck and Whimsicott coming through as well. So this is going to be a pretty interesting one. This is a replay commentary, not live commentary. So we're going to start and see how this goes. I think Ember's probably going to lead with Fortress to set up. Not sure who Liek's would lead with, maybe Corsola. But let's see what happens, and we'll start. Alright, so in comes Tornadus, Therian, Surfin' Bird versus Muck Alola. Tornadus is going to U-turn away into Fortress, Cannonball, who is going to take a knockoff. It's going to do decent damage, but now knockoff won't do that much damage. Crocodile actually comes in, and Fire Blast is going to hit. Good thing that Crocodile Fortress switched out, because that Fire Blast would have done quite a bit of damage. Lantern comes in now instead. Gunk Shot is going to miss. Good thing for Jules Verne, the Lantern. Whimsicringe comes in. Lantern is going to go ahead and Volt Switch. It doesn't do that much damage, but it allows it to pivot out into something more beneficial. Fortress is going to come out facing Whimsicringe. So far, it's a 6-6 score. U-turn from Whimsicringe actually allows it to switch out as well, and Muck Alola is back in. Fortress is going to go ahead and Gyro Ball. It does about 15% to Muck Alola. Muck Alola looking to be a really tough Pokemon in this matchup. And Pursuit is actually going to hit Fortress. In comes Dusclops. Knockoff could be really hard on Dusclops, especially if it's holding Eviolite. Does massive damage, taking away that Eviolite, but Dusclops is going to go ahead and Will-O-Wisp. Does not hit, unfortunate. And Pursuit is going to take down Dusclops. Alright, in comes Breloom. Breloom Larson uses Spore that successfully makes Muck Alola go to sleep. And now Breloom is poisoned by that Toxic Orb as well. Breloom's focusing for that Focus Punch. In comes Whimsicott to take the Focus Punch. And it does not that much damage, actually. Whimsicott must be defensively invested. And Fortress comes in. Another knockoff. Not going to do that much damage, though. Cannonball is now free to set up Stealth Rock if it so pleases. Whimsicringe is going to U-turn right on out of there, bringing Muck Alola back inside. And a Gyro Ball is going to do about 13% to Muck Alola. Scizor comes in instead. Resor the Scizor. Volt Switch is going to allow Cannonball to switch out. Who will come in to face Scizor? It is Crocodile. We have Mega Scizor now. Crocodile is going to go for that Z move. It's an Inferno Overdrive. Does massive damage, 58%. That burn really hurt, though. Not successfully KOing Mega Scizor. Down goes Crocodile. In comes Tornadus Therian. And a Bullet Punch is going to do big damage, 44%, but Tornadus is going to take Resor down to 1% with an Air Slash. And Surf and Bird is also burned now. Lantern comes out to take that presumed Bullet Punch, but it's a Bug Bite instead. Bullet Punch doesn't do much to Lantern, though. That typing really good for a resistance. And a Thunderbolt's going to take Rezor down. The score is now 4-5. In comes Whimsicringe once again. We'll probably see a switch. Indeed we do. Breloom comes out. And a Moonblast is going to do big damage. 58% to Breloom. Poison Heal is going to let Breloom come back up a little bit. Fortress comes out instead. U-turn is going to allow Whimsicringe to switch out, and in comes Muck-a-Lola. Muck-a-Lola's asleep, and Fortress goes for the Volt Switch. In comes Breloom, probably going to go for a Focus Punch. Let's see if it's successful. That Focus Punch is going to be successful because Muck-a-Lola's asleep. That's going to tear through, and indeed it does. Score is now 4-4 even. Likely we'll see Whimsicott come out. Actually, it's Gyarados. Gamerdose, the Gyarados comes out with a Z move. It's probably Z-Fly. And indeed, it's Supersonic Sky Strike takes down Breloom Larson. And Gyarados has Moxie as well. Lantern's going to come out, though, to stop that Gyarados. Thunderbolt's going to take it down in one hit. I think we'll see Gothitelle come out. Nope, Whimsicott is the one to come out instead. Lantern's going to switch out to Fortress. Whimsicott probably going for the U-turn. No, it goes for the Moonblast instead, bringing Cannonball down. Cannonball probably going to go for a Gyro Ball to hit whatever switches in pretty hard. In comes Corsola. And Corsola gets hit by the Gyro Ball. Doesn't do that much damage, though. Corsola being pretty bulky. And Corsola's going to Scald to bring down Fortress. We'll probably see Lantern come in, and indeed we do. Lantern does come in. Volt Switch is going to hit pretty hard, doing 40%. And Tornadus Therian comes in. Stealth Rock is now up. If Tornadus Therian has Focus Blast, it can do massive damage to Corsola. It uses Air Slash. And Corsola goes for the Light Screen. Defog would be a good move to use right now to get rid of Rocks and Light Screen. Air Slash hits Gothiepic, the Gothitelle. And a Dark Pulse is going to do some decent damage too, 22%. Psyshock does big damage to Surf and Bird. The Light Screen is really proving to be helpful to Gothitepic. And Lantern comes in to take that presumed Psyshock. Indeed, Psyshock takes down Jules Verne the Lantern, and Tornadus Therian is going to come out, getting hit by those rocks. Dark Pulse is going to hit, doing 22%. Will Gothiepic flinch? Indeed, it does. One more Dark Pulse could be enough. And indeed, one more Dark Pulse is enough to take down Gothitepic. Surf and Bird hanging on by a string. In comes Corsola. And the U-turn's not going to do too much damage. Corsola finishes off with Scald. And that is the game. Emberhoof versus Z-Quigs. Z-Quigs has a 2-0 victory over Emberhoof's team. Well played by both sides. I think the burn on Crocodile and the Will-O-Wisp missing on Dusclops was pretty unfortunate for Ember. I think those two moves maybe weren't game-defining, maybe they were, but that was pretty intense. Z-Quig's playing really well, though. I think a lot of his pivoting did really well. Muck-a-Lola was a really wise Pokemon to have in this matchup. Emberhoof doing really well with Lantern. It packed a punch and really did its job pivoting and hitting things hard. Breloom also did pretty well. If Gyarados didn't take it down with the Z-Fly, I think that would have been a formidable Pokemon as well. So good job overall to both trainers. I think that was a great battle. And we still have one more match coming, so stay tuned for that one. Until then, this is Noel from Sun and Friendly. See you then.